In the days before telephones, radio, TV, computers, the internet, email, texting and social media, the only way to get news from family members far away was by letter writing.
This is the next in a series of episodes showcasing old handwritten letters and notes from a Boston, New York family. Many of these transcribed letters date back more than 150 years ago.
The letters are part of a sizable collection belonging to Lydia A. Booth Canfield, whose family resided in the Boston and Concord area. Although Lydia passed in 1933, these letters are a testament to her love of family.
In this letter, stamped March 7, 1849, with a postmark Romeo, Michigan. It is written to a Miffs W. Canfield, Springville, Erie County, New York. The spelling of MIFS is an old, classic way of writing Miss.
Dear sister, I have been expecting a letter from you for some time, but am disappointed. We are all enjoying good health as is usual for us. It is a general time of health in this place. Mr. Jennison, our near neighbor, has since Christmas time buried his whole family consisting of 3 children, which died with a whooping cough, and wife, with a quick consumption. Pratt's family are usually well. There are 3 farms to be sold within 1 mile of my place. 2 of them join mine. Now, if you wish to purchase either of them, I believe this spring is the time, and if not, you will please write me in regard to your money whether you are still willing to let me have it, and what is the prospect is of Orrin's raising it. I would not have you discommode him, or yourself in the least to get the money for me. I can, if think proper, purchase one of the farms without paying any more than I have on hand down. But if I had your money, I could nearly, or quite pay for it, so that I should owe no one a cent but you, and under ordinary circumstances I could pay all up in 4 or 5 years. Now, what I wish to know is whether you wish or expect to let me have the money, and how long, if at all. I wrote to Sillick about his land, and wished him to see you, and let you know what I wanted in regard to your money. I have not had an opportunity to sell his and Bishop's land since I wrote him, and think it doubtful whether I can at present. Wheat is north of 72 cents, corn 31, oats 20, and potatoes 38 cents per bushel. Tell Orville there is a chance to purchase a farm near here now. But land is worth as much here as it is there at the present time. I should like to have as you, and others as many as can come, and make me a visit next spring. The stage passes my house 3 times a week from Detroit on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. At Detroit, take the Pontiac Railroad as far as the Royal Oak, and then the stage to Romeo, and they will bring you to my door. Now in regard to your coming, and room with us, I think the best advice I can give is that you come and make us a visit, then you will be better prepared to judge in the matter, and see whether you like the country, and the place, people, and undoubtedly within a year or 2 there will either be a plank road or railroad from Romeo to Detroit. I intend to plant 12 acres of corn next summer, and sow about 30 acres of wheat. So, you see, I shall have plenty of business for the season. Next fall they wish to buy wheat for the Mount Clemens steam mill again. I have joined the Sons of Temperance, that sacred institution so called, and believe that it is doing more for the cause of temperance than all the other temperance movements combined. Why, it takes drunkards from the ditch and makes men of them. Our order now numbers 97 members and has been standing nearly 2 years, and not one of the members has violated his pledge. More than half our numbers was hard drinkers, who are now leading a sober and tempered life. We had a celebration last week, and I listened to the best lecture I ever heard. You would have been pleased to have heard it. Our school closed last week. It was poor enough, and was glad when the last day came. The teacher's sister boarded with us, and went to school. We have had but little snow, but ground good sleighing. The snow is nearly all gone. It rained last night and continues this morning. You will please give our best respects to all who inquire after our welfare. Tell Father and Mother we should be glad to hear from them often. Tell Bishop and Rebecca that I shall write them soon as I hear from you. I now weigh 160 pounds and growing fleshy since I left the use of tobacco. I am now out of debt and about $130 on hand in cash. 60 bushels of wheat, 30 of corn, 3 barrels of pork, 3 cows, 1 pen of horses, harness and wagon, 2 calves yearling, 6 hogs and 1 sheep and a sled, and the colt I had forgotten to mention. Besides, all that have advanced is more than 70 cents per bushel between this and that. 1st of July next on 258 bushels. Well, by this time, you think that I have been particular in small matters. Now will you please write as soon as you receive this, and have Orville write, and if Selleck has any further orders about the land, have him send them without delay. This is from your affectionate brother and sister, Oliver and Lorilla Canfield. Romeo. March 6, 1849.
The Miss W. Canfield, whose name was on the front of this 1949 letter, was Miss Waity Canfield. She was 50 at the time and unmarried. As fate would have it, she did marry 4 years later in 1853 to a physician Hiram Moore. She moved to East Hamburg with her new husband in 1854, and passed away in late 1855 at the age of 56. Her gravesite is unknown at this time, while her husband, who passed away in 1888, is buried in Hillcrest Cemetery in Hamburg. Her mother, Mercy Holly Canfield, who passed away a month before Waity, is buried in Cobble Hill Cemetery in Boston, as is her father, Jonathan O. Canfield, and a few siblings.